Hi, I'm Chris from Airwindows. I don't actually have a new plugin for you, although I'm here to point you towards a bunch of signed Mac M1 capable versions of the A section of my existing plugins, because my continuing porting efforts are going towards there. But I've also got a preview of something else that I can show you, which has to do with some moderate changes in plans. Hi. I'm Chris from Airwindows. That's right. I have a E6400 EMU sampler in-house. And the purpose of getting this is because, firstly, I need to work out how to use it. And I'm getting some help with that. And then I need to work out how to do plugins that will get the sound of, hi, I'm Chris from Airwindows. Hi. Okay, maybe not exactly that, but that's the idea, is I'm going to be trying to do plugins that can firstly do the sound of some of the filters of that unit. And there's also some other adjustments. I've been doing these DIY live streams on how to build synthesizer parts and things on Wednesdays. I'm going to continue doing that, but there was something I associated with it which isn't actually working out, and I asked folks on my Patreon what they thought. I said, this looks like it's a real pain in the butt. Does anybody actually want to do this building of stuff? And in particular, do you want me to be setting aside money beyond the $2,000 earnings that I make and put it all towards giving people parts that they can build their own things? Because in doing the actual live streams, it seemed kind of like people would have to be sort of crazy to want to put themselves through that. But also all the people that were ready to do it were like, oh no, I can already get those. I don't need that. I'm fine. So I asked people if you wanted me to get more pieces of equipment for the purposes of doing plugins of them. And oh my God, the answers exploded with a kabillion people all saying, no, don't save up money to give people electronic parts. Give us more plugins. Go and get more expensive equipment if you can save up for that, and then use the expensive equipment to make plugins out of and model that kind of stuff. Also, people were telling me to take a vacation, which I can kind of understand. I was grinding away for many hours just getting the wires for the sampler to work. But that's a whole other story. So what I've got for you today is not actually a new plugin. I will point you to the download link of the first, I don't remember how many, VST plugins that are being recompiled with the new version of Xcode and being recompiled to run natively on M1 Apple Silicon processors. And that's following up the work that I've done to do all of that for the audio units. And I'm not sure how fast that's going to go, because it seems like that there's, again, hundreds of these to do, so it gets kind of heavy. But that's the next thing in line. And then once I've got those, I'll start working on what you're not actually hearing here, because that's just a sample monitoring. But I need to figure out how to operate the filters on this and do my sampling and playback and stuff using that, so that I can work out how those filters work and give you plugins like that, much like I gave you plugins for MacD and MacEQ. Because I gotta say, they would kind of combine pretty well, or at least so people are telling me. And yeah, beyond that, it's just a matter of how long it takes me to save up for a fancier, more vintage sampler or whatever, because it does seem as if people are really excited about that and would like me specifically to tackle the problem of making plugins that sound like some of these old things. And I think if I can work out with them, there's a fairly decent chance I can give that a shot. Or at least I can give it a good old try. So on that note, that's where I'm at. If you can use Mac, Apple Silicon, or Intel VST plugins and would like to test out the VSTs that go along with the Apple Silicon stuff, if there's any problem with them, it's much better for me to find out now than when I've done like 240 plus versions of everything and then have to go back and do them all over again. So if people can give me any feedback on whether the new builds actually work, that might be real helpful. And I'll catch up with you folks tomorrow, actually, although this is taking me until the wee hours of the morning. But I'll still show up tomorrow for the coding live stream, and we'll fool with those EMU-style filters that I'm gradually getting together. Maybe we can set up the sampler and listen to its output or something. I'll figure something out to do. And we will progress. So on that note, hope you enjoy the early preview of the Apple Silicon-based VSTs. Again, this is just for the Mac users, but I think this is going to be a pretty big deal, these new processors coming out. So seems like it's worth doing. And I'll talk to you folks later. Bye-bye.